Remember an age when crime was rampant, jobs were in danger of being taken over by AI, and everyone's lives were controlled by big tech companies? That's Robocop in 1987. And let me show you why this low-tech masterpiece still feels new, made by real human beings with rolled-up sleeves. Robocop got an R rating for being unafraid to show the brutality of its world. Director Paul Verhoeven was not only game to show a horrific dystopian future, but to also poke fun at it. Murphy, a cop resurrected as a powerful cyborg, struggles with his emotions and the fragmented memories of a life he once had. It's a universal story, but what sets it apart is its setting. Despite being set in Detroit, much of the filming took place in Dallas because it had more modern buildings and safer areas where explosives could be used. Josh Volcano, the cinematographer, made Dallas look like a bleak future Detroit. The soft, warm lighting inside OCP's headquarters creates a false sense of safety and control, really highlighting their arrogance. It tricks you into believing this is a safe haven, until the boardroom malfunction scene violently shatters that illusion. The streets are harshly lit with a cooler color temperature. It's filled with grime. It's a bad time to live in, but the offices of OCP are clean, a contrast that underscores the divide between the privileged and the people they claim to protect. By filming Robocop from a low angle, the filmmakers make him feel larger than life, reinforcing his unstoppable presence in this chaotic world. The film was shot in Super 35. This allowed for more flexibility in framing and cropping for a theatrical release. Super 35 also helps with sharper details while maintaining a greater depth of field. The 1.85 to 1 aspect ratio has greater height, and it allowed Robocop's imposing figure to dominate the frame without losing the intensity of his surroundings. If you study the camera movement and blocking of actors, you'll see the filmmakers had an excellent grasp of pacing and energy. In contrast, in the quieter moments, the camera goes still. There's also excellent point-of-view shots that move from being plain funny to downright emotional. In between all of this are a series of hilarious television reports designed in the style of Mondrian's paintings. Production design sells this alternate future without going full sci-fi. Everything has a subtle near-future feel, reminding you this world is just a few steps away. It is not about fancy holograms, but rather about the crushing weight of corporations. Nothing would have worked if the suit and the actor in it hadn't worked. Peter Weller wore the Robocop suit designed by Rob Bottin. It took 6 months to build with latex, plastic, and fiberglass, and weighed over 40 pounds. It limited Weller's movements and forced him to use slow, precise gestures. Being a method actor, he worked with a mime coach to master the mechanical motions. Every step he takes has an imposing thud. It was a hard shoot for him, and at one point he got fired, but somehow he returned and the film got made. Both director and lead actor consider Robocop one of the worst filmmaking experiences of their lives. The beauty of the Robocop suit is in its minimalist design. The visor, gun, and holster are legendary. It's all he needs. If he had too many gadgets, he'd feel less human. The filmmakers needed an antagonist that was the complete opposite. Non-human-like, over-engineered, and without a head. That's where the ED-209 droid comes in. Phil Tippett's stop-motion team, especially Craig Davies, created the ED-209. They shot miniature models frame by frame, producing that jerky, formidable movement. Basically stop-motion animation against a rare projected background plate. A key part of the trick was carefully matching lighting and angles to the live-action footage. They also used a full-scale model that took 4 months to build and stood 7 feet tall. All these details help ED-209 share the screen with real actors convincingly. ED-209's clumsy, uncoordinated movement was played for laughs in the staircase scene, making Robocop's smooth precision look even more graceful. The editing keeps the pacing tight, never lingering too long. One moment you're in a brutal shootout, the next a satirical commercial or a news break interrupts the action. It keeps you off balance, mirroring the film's theme that media and corporations can manipulate the narrative at will. The abrupt style was risky, but it delivered a sharp commentary on consumer culture. I love how the film editing is unapologetic. Sound design and music tie it all together. Robocop's stomping gait and the gunshots are so lifelike they make you flinch. The large Cobra assault cannon sets the heart racing. The music combines orchestras with synth riffs, always reminding us Murphy was once just a regular person. We have no choice but to root for him. What really stands out are the graphic moments, a lot of which had to be removed just to get the R rating. The corporate boardroom kill, Murphy's execution, Morton's death and the toxic waste melting scene are all ruthless in their design, but you can laugh at them because the film bakes in such a sharp layer of dark humor that it exposes the absurdity beneath the violence, letting you both wince and grin at the same time.
I'd buy that for $1.
It's ridiculous because reality is. Murphy's struggles to cling on to his identity against programming that tries to block those memories makes the film more than a mindless action ride. It's a story of lost humanity and the fight to reclaim it. Whether it's a board game commercial or a silly car commercial, it's a darkly funny form of world building. The forces of evil are everywhere, it's overwhelming. But Murphy's not alone. Officer Ann Lewis recognizes something familiar behind the visor, refusing to give up on him.
What are they gonna do, replace us?
And police officers don't strike.
We have a police captain who isn't going to abandon the city, but a corporation that wants to take his job away. Critics called Robocop ultra-violent. Audiences were shocked yet enthralled, which helped the movie become a sleeper hit. It led to multiple sequels and spin-offs, but none fully captured the raw spirit of the original. In many ways, Robocop is similar to Taxi Driver or A Clockwork Orange than the standard 80s action blockbuster. Why apologize for being what it is? Verhoeven is a special director with a unique vision, and you can see that in his subsequent films. He showed that a seemingly straightforward action movie could be layered with deeper ideas, as long as you trusted your audience's intelligence. The film's future is an exaggerated version of our today. That's what gives it sustained power. Instead of a robotic human who is cold and invincible, it gave us a humanized robot that has to struggle every step of the way. Murphy never had it easy. When Detroit declared bankruptcy in 2013, people thought the future Robocop predicted had arrived. It's a film that mocks the idea of sacrificing humanity for quick profit. The film shows us that a real hero is not just the biggest gun. He and she are the ones who keep fighting for what's right. Made in the era of endless music videos, Robocop is a one-of-a-kind ride. And that is why this low-tech icon still stands tall, reminding us that craftsmanship and heart can outrun any slick digital trickery in the long run. I'll see you in the next video.